Chris Paul, of course, immediately saw the 6'11", 250-pound forward on him away from the basket, and that's an automatic take it to the hole.
Well, we want to tell you that the Kings have a flexible ticket game plan for you. And the best way is just go to Kings.com, and you can learn all about the Kings half-season plans. There are the 11-game plans. And don't forget about the new 6-game holiday plans. You can get your plans today at 888-91-KINGS. Paul makes both, and New Orleans with the lead. Bano. Now the kick out. Ball movement to Miller. Well short on the jumper. Brad has not been shooting the ball well as of late.
Yeah, so important that he does, because you've got to get Tyson Chandler occupied away from the basket, and Brad starts making those shots. He'll get Chandler away, and that opens it up for a lot of other guys to get to the basket.
Paul, and he puts it up and in. So Chris Paul, 2 from the line, 2 on the layup, and it's 6-2.
And Chris Paul been able to isolate big guys for the Kings on him one-on-one, and when you do that, there's no matchup.
Off the heel of the iron, Thompson could not get it to Miller, and here's Stojakovic. All again. Here's West. It's amazing how many open shots teammates get when they're on the floor with Chris Paul, isn't it?
Well, Chris Paul is going to penetrate, and he's going to draw attention. So if you're in the right spot and ready to shoot, you're going to get some open looks.
Well, a timeout as New Orleans has scored 6 straight, and it's Chris Paul to do, and that's what we asked Spencer Hawes.
Kev's our go-to guy. He's our #1 option. And when you lose somebody like that, you're going to take a hit, but that's no excuse. You know, we've had guys step up. You know, in our entire year last year, we were hurt, and we had guys step up and fill in, you know, the entire time, whether it was Kevin, Mike, Ron out. You know, it's no stranger to us not having our whole lineup. So we have to continue to make up for it and step up. You know, have different people step up every night.
Well, with Kevin Martin, 30 and 31 last season. Without him, 8 and 13, and they're 1 and 4 this season. Kevin Martin and Francisco Garcia, and although this is unofficial, I am hearing that they're probably not going to be ready to go this weekend. Now that could change, but you know, Jerry, you've been through this so often when you coached. As a coach, you know, you got to just coach the guys you have, as frustrating as it is.
You can't focus on that at all. You just try to get everybody that's healthy ready to go. And of course, without those two guys, no question it's tough. And Mike Moore, a guy that always brings you energy and effort, that makes you a lot thinner up front as well.
Of course, I want you to know, with that said, when I went to training camp when you coached the team in Hawaii, and you had 4 starters out, and you started 3 CBA players, I watched you grow 10 years in about 2 weeks.
yeah. It's easy to say you just focus on what you got, but the reality is sometimes you just die a little bit each day. That also happens.
Chris Paul. Surely, of all the experiences I've had and the pleasure of being involved with the Sacramento Kings, that is one that I quite will never forget. Walking into that gym for the first time, and it's really the first time I ever saw you, and I mean this, really downright angry.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to be unhappy in Hawaii. Yeah. But I was, you know. It's like when you're playing. We had 2 preseason games with the Showtime Lakers, and we, like you say, had 3 CBA guys trotting out there.
Oh man!
You know, well, your job is to coach them up, and we did what we could do, which wasn't much.
A 9-2 start for New Orleans. Here's Salmons, and he beats the shot clock. So for John Salmons, it's his first basket.
Yeah, and boy, did the Kings need that. Stop a little bit of the bleeding. The Kings have got to do a better job on getting these matchups. Chris Paul has been able to get one-on-one against the Kings' big guys, and that's not going to work for the Kings.
There's Paul. And West with the jump hook. Hey, when you talk about Chris Paul, in all your years of watching this game, does he remind you of any of the greats previously, if you had to compare him to one guy?
Yeah, he reminds me so much of Isaiah Thomas, the great Isaiah Thomas that led the Pistons to 2 world championships and Indiana University to a national championship. His body type, his leadership on the court, his skill level, I think is just very reminiscent of Isaiah Thomas. And boy, that's I know a lot of people think of Herman Isaiah as the general manager or whatever, but the point is he was absolutely a brilliant Hall of Fame, great point guard, and that's exactly where Chris Paul is headed.
Brad Miller with a corner three, and it's a 4-point game.
And boy, King's starting to settle down now, getting into this game.